I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tell me to someone who will love me. Yeah, wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you're a wrestling fan, you probably already know this, but if you're not, you may not know this, but yesterday, since it was March 16th, it was Stone Cold Day. March 16th every year is Stone Cold Day because it is 3/16. So if you're a wrestling fan and you enjoyed Stone Cold Day yesterday, please feel free to let me know. But on to today's video. And today I'm going to be doing something that I did quite often last year during the college football offseason, but I have not done it yet this year. And I figured since it's the middle of March now and the spring games are right around the corner, that it was time for me to go ahead and start doing it this year. And that is looking ahead to the 2022 college football season and looking at some teams' schedules and predicting their record as we head into the season. And I'm going to start with Florida State, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm going to start with Florida State. I work with a lady named Donna, and she is a huge Florida State fan. And she actually asked me one day last week how many games I thought they were going to win. And I said, well, Donna, to be honest with you, I have not even looked at their schedule yet. Because normally I don't start doing that stuff until right before the spring games start. So after she asked me that, I went and looked up their schedule, and I realized their first game is August the 27th. So last year, that week was called Week 0. So I'm going to assume this year that week is going to be called Week 0 again, since we know the official college football kickoff week is always the weekend of Labor Day, which is the first Monday in September. So I figured since she asked about their schedule and I pulled it up, I would go ahead and do their record and my prediction for what they're going to do. Now, last year, if you recall, I did Florida State, and I actually picked them to upset Notre Dame in the opening week, and they took the Fighting Irish to overtime, so I almost got that game correct. But, of course, they lost to Jacksonville State, but nobody saw them losing to the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. If you want to know who the real Gamecocks are, it's Jacksonville State, not South Carolina. But anyway, on to Florida State's schedule this year. They open, as I said, on August 27th against Duquesne. And by the way, if you're not aware of who Duquesne is, they are called the Duquesne Dukes. It is a Catholic school of the Holy Spirit located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That game, like I said, is August 27th. I've got them easily winning that game. And then September the 4th, which is the actual opening weekend for college football, they play the LSU Tigers. They play that game on a Sunday. We know college football opening weekend starts on Thursday and it goes all the way until Monday. since the NFL starts 1 week later. So Florida State LSU is on Sunday, September the 4th. And then they're off the following week since they play in week 0. They come back in action on Friday night, September the 16th against Louisville. Then they play Boston College on the 24th of September. They open up the month of October by playing Wake Forest. The following week is NC State, and the following week is Clemson. That's 3 tough games back to back to back when you play Wake Forest, NC State, and Clemson all in a row. And then their next bye week is after Clemson. Then when they come back from that bye week, they play Georgia Tech. The 5th of November, they play their arch rival, the Miami Hurricanes. And then the 12th of November, they play Syracuse, followed by Louisiana on the 19th of November. And they finish out the season on the 25th of November, which is on a Friday, to play their other arch rival, the Florida Gators. Now, I've got them beating Duquesne, Louisville, Boston College, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, and Louisiana. And I've got Florida State losing to Wake Forest, NC State, Clemson, and Miami. And then between LSU and Florida, they will win one of those games. They might win both, but right now I'm giving them a half a win for LSU and a half a win for Florida because they will win one of those. So right now I've got Florida State going 4-4 in the ACC, 7-5 overall because they will beat either LSU or Florida. The reason why I've got them losing to NC State is because that's just one of those games for whatever reason. NC State could go 1-11, but their one win would be against Florida State. NC State always plays really good against Florida State, and Florida State always plays pitiful against NC State for whatever reason. And I just think Miami's a little bit better. I think Clemson's a little bit better, and I think Wake Forest is a little bit better. So I've got Florida State, once again, 4-4 in the ACC, 7-5 overall because they will lose to either LSU or Florida, but they will beat one of those two as well. I'm just not sure which one they'll win, which one they'll lose. So I'll put them at 7-5, which was the same exact record I had them at this past year. And, of course, that included the upset win against Notre Dame, which they almost pulled off. And, of course, their quarterback this year will be Jordan Travis. Now, their running back room is going to be pretty much led by committee. They're going to have just a rotating cast of characters the entire game. But I do expect Trayshawn Ward to actually be the starting running back. But they have about 8 or 9 guys that are pretty much all going to play on a regular basis. So take a look at Florida State's schedule. Let me know how you feel about that. I've got them 7-5 overall, and tell me whether or not you agree with that assessment. We'll do plenty more of these between now and college football season. I pretty much just about go through every team in the ACC and every team in the SEC and some teams in the Big Ten, and that's pretty much all I do unless somebody asks me to do a prediction for somebody else. Otherwise, it's just ACC, SEC, and then some teams in the Big Ten because we know those are the best 3 conferences in college football. And where I'm from, where I live at, that's pretty much just about the only teams that anybody around here talks about. Nobody in my neck of the woods talks about anybody in the Big 12 or the Pac-12. So once again, look over the schedule. Tell me whether or not you agree with that. And if you don't agree with it, will they win more than that or will they lose more than that? I always enjoy getting your feedback and reading your comments. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. I'm telling you that anything with Velcro is a total ripoff. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.